Yeah.
What's going on? I see you got an instrument there.
I wanted to audition for the orchestra. Can I audition? Are you still taking auditions, or is the position full?
Well, the thing is how far into the practice year are we currently?
I mean, it's still relatively
Okay.
early, but I mean, I technically like auditions for that specific year like
That
ended
ended.
like a couple of weeks ago, technically. And so he's just basically like a walk-in right now. So I'll let you decide how you want to handle that.
Okay. Well, first off, I need to know which instrument you play. I'm not familiar with that case.
Oh, yeah, of course. I've been practicing really, really hard. I'll show you, he says.
Okay.
And he goes over to the case, and with a bit of a flair, he just hits a switch on the case, and then the box just basically falls off, like it splits into two halves, and he basically catches the instrument in his hand, and very quickly you realize what it is as the mouthpiece ends up in his mouth and he starts playing his personal rendition of Amazing Grace on bagpipes. So he's got
Okay.
these bagpipes that he's playing. All of the other orchestra students, they've got their very classical violins and cellos and trumpets and euphoniums. They stop what they're doing and they're watching this kid playing these bagpipes, but really well.
Okay.
He plays them very, very well. But
Um,
everyone's staring and
okay.
just watching this kid with the bagpipes.
If he's playing really well, I'll respectfully wait until he's finished. And
Yeah, he does, and several of the kids, they start clapping. They're
okay.
like, "What kind of instrument is that?" It's like, I've never seen anything like that. It's kind of interesting sounding.
Okay, bagpipes. That's kind of strange. I don't think anybody's ever had bagpipes in an orchestra before. Huh.
Strange to have bagpipes in an orchestra? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
typically it's not used for orchestral pieces. Um,
but you have other wind instruments, he
I
says,
know.
pointing
I know
over
I
at the
do.
clarinets and the flutes.
Um,
Are you saying, am I not good enough? I can keep practicing.
oh no,
I can
you are
get a
very
better
good.
tutor.
The problem isn't that you're not good enough. The problem is I don't have sheet music for you.
Uh, it's okay. I can kind of improv. I'm good at that too. And with that, ask me to play a song, any song, whatever song.
Okay. Um, okay. Am I gonna be a dick about this?
I mean, it's up to you. It's
Um,
this. If you want to crush this little kid's hopes and dreams,
no,
you know, I don't know if he will end up liking you if you do.
um,
Villain origin story.
it's just a villain orange. Um, oh, well, for now, I think I have to deal with this more after our, unless people are fine with breaking into small groups working on different parts. I kind of gesture off to the rest of the orchestra, just as a general looking out, seeing if people are okay with breaking off into small groups.
Yeah, it seems like there are half the. I think it's split. Half the orchestra are like, kid looks like a nice kid, but I don't know if bagpipes is gonna work in
The
this
other
ensemble.
other
And
half
then the
is
other
like
half are sort of intrigued. Bagpipes. I'm a little intrigued and curious. The kid can play though. So it's half and half. And Ave, I'm gonna say that just because you're curious, maybe you came to the community center a little bit earlier, and maybe even because you might have heard that Forrest, conducts this orchestra, and maybe you wanted to check it out. So I would say that you actually came in just in time to see this kid finishing playing these bagpipes. And you kind of overheard the rest of the conversation where it seems like he's trying to like get in because after like auditioning this ad hoc audition for Forrest. But yeah, what do you do at this point for it? Unless Ave wants to say anything or interject in any way.
Well, I'm gonna definitely walk towards the two of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
As he's coming up, I'm just going to turn and address the entire orchestra. And well, I do know you guys have a few things that you do need to work on. Measure 33 to 62 trumpets. You definitely need to work on dynamics there. And really that entry at 47, you're not getting right. You guys can break into groups, look at that. Woodwinds themselves, probably you can all just run through the pieces a few times.
We can go through that run. You know, the really fast one when the timpanis start coming in?
Oh, yeah. I believe
the
that's
fingerings that are a little...
Actually, part 2, yeah. Movement 2, yeah. Movement 2, measure 32. You guys can work from there as well. And then timpani, you guys just do you. I don't know what you guys do sometimes, but it works. So it just, yeah. All right.
There's some high fives amongst the timpani players. Oh, yeah.
That kind of goes for the rest of percussion too. Jacob, bells. Make sure your entrances are on time. I know you have 5 total notes you play, but you have to hit those notes, okay? Don't fall asleep.
Oh no, there's another Jacob in this orchestra. Jacob.
There's actually 3. It's a really common name.
I can change my name. I can
That's
go by
not a
Jay.
problem.
You can
Spells
call
it
me
with a K.
Ivanka. You can call me anything you want, as long as it's not a 4-letter word. At least that's what my mom says.
It's okay, asshole. No. Right. Well, for the moment, I'm going to work with this person alone for a second. I think I need to get some things into consideration. And right, yeah, guys. Meet me back here about 30 minutes.
There will be nods, and all of the first chairs of the sections will say, "All right, people, let's do this," etc., etc. I'm sorry, Ave, you were trying to say something or do something?
Yeah, he's just gonna walk up towards Forrest. Morning, Forrest. And the only reason he says Forrest instead of Forrest is because Forrest is not recorded inside his voice that he's using, and he has no capability
to say
the name Forrest. What's up with your bagpipe kid?
Hi, Ave, right?
Ave, yeah.
Ave, okay. Hi. Jacob here just came in and wanted to do a impromptu audition. I have never had bagpipes in any of my pieces before. But maybe I can work something in, or are bagpipes the only instrument that you play?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a problem? It's what I'm best at.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I can try doing the recorder if you need a recorder.
No, we don't need a recorder.
Cowbell, do you need more cowbell?
You could always use more cowbell, let's be honest.
Okay, I don't actually have one.
Okay, well, we have...
I was just a little... I just said that in desperation and nervousness.
Okay, right. Well,
Mr. Forrest, I just want a chance. I just want to find my voice.
Well, that's fine.
In the music industry.
I was trying to give you a chance. Just let me.
Forrest.
Sorry. Okay, go with that.
You know, Forrest, creativity is only limited by the box that you're not thinking outside of, you know.
No, I'm open to almost everything. I just have to arrange a few things differently. or really just write an entire new part. I'm not sure if I'd put him on harmony or a bass line. No, that's not right for a. I'll get it.
Are you
worked
Mr.
out.
Forrest's?
Yeah.
Are you Miss? He looks at Ave and he says, "Are you Mr. Forrest's husband?"
No, not really.
No, thank you. I am not currently entwined with anybody, but thank you for asking. I suppose.
Oh, I didn't ask if you were entwined. I was just asking if you were married.
No.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that you need to think about, Jacob. But I'm pretty sure that you'll get your chance to shine.
What do I need to think about?
Well, I was just gonna take you off and kind of see what your abilities were.
Yeah.
What your strengths, weaknesses, whether you're more in tune, or well, really, literally more in tune with your instrument, or
Strengths. Well, I'm really great at ultimate frisbee. Weaknesses. I'm not as double jointed as my sister is. What else? What else do you need to know?
Well, those are nice things to know. I was specifically talking like in music. Are you a good? Well, you did say you were like a good sight reader. You said, or improvisationalist.
He nods. Yeah, I do a lot of cover music a lot. But my parents they just want me to play outside of the house.
Oh, I get it.
You do?
Yeah. There was one point where I had another family I was with, and they didn't like it when I played inside the house. Or really.
But the acoustics. The acoustics are so much better.
Oh yeah, I know. Especially when you have like the perfect 30 by 15 by 10 foot. Well,
yeah, and especially in the shower. Have you ever tried playing bagpipes in the shower?
No, I can't say I have. I don't know why.
I think my sister calls it multitasking.
Multitasking. Okay. Right. So you're trying to tell me that you can play. You can go double tone. Like
yeah.
You can play 2 notes at once.
Yes? Is that a problem?
No, that's just an extremely rare ability, and probably I think just about 5 people in the world can do that.
I think my dad told me it's easier for me because of my abilities, and he sort of holds up his hand, and clearly this kid is an air ganassi. So air ganassis have the ability to manipulate air in ways that a normal person can't.
Okay.
So that's maybe part of the reason why he has this really unique talent.
Man. Okay.
Though now that I think about it, maybe the orchestra would sound even better in the shower. Have you ever thought of that, Mr. Forrest? I'm just thinking out of the box.
No, I have never thought of that before. Mostly because a lot of the percussion and brass instruments would probably take on water damage at some point, and definitely some woodwinds eventually as well. How do you not let that thing? We're off topic. Right.
Now that I think about it, if the audience were also in the shower, none of us would have to feel nervous because they would all be naked anyway, in their underwear.
I think this kid is up to some really, 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 really good stuff, man. This is groundbreaking, really.
Groundbreaking. Maybe instrument breaking.
Did I pass?
Well,
I'm feeling some winds of change.
No, I just wanted to get a broad range of your talents. You did play in a very, very good rendition of Amazing Grace. But I wanted to get more. That is a very like high pitched, a very loud song. I wanted to see like how you worked as like a softer melody, or if you had any particular strengths with dynamics or tempo changes. Would that be a problem for you? Or if you had like 30 measures of rest like the other Jacob, and then one note, could you count that and handle that? Um,
Give me some music and I'll play whatever you want me to play.
Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna rush off to my office, and I'm not sure if I have like a computer or a filing cabinet system. But whatever I'm just gonna frantically search for bagpipe music, sheet music.
Sure.
I'm
I'm sure it exists.
sure it exists somewhere.
I'm sure it exists.
I'm just going like, doing great, kid. You're doing great. Excellent work.
And I mean, honestly, this kid, like, from what you probably can gather, even if you found, like, the chords, like, the way that guitar players use... I don't play the guitar, but I'm presuming that as long as you have the chords, they're probably okay.
Yeah, I'll probably come back with, like, a guitar piece and be like,
Sure.
Okay, we'll workshop it. And if there's, like, a crappy piano that's, like, a hand-me-down, I'll sit at it and start doing some chords, see how he
This is a slower piece, softer piece.
So yeah, it'd be a slower, softer piece.
Yeah.
Which is weird for guitar, but
Sure.
yeah, I'll let him like warm up and do like an incremental scale, and even
Yeah. He's essentially is very good at playing this instrument, and so you ask him a whole bunch of scales, he'll pretty much do it almost flawlessly. Always room for improvement, but he's very good at what he does.
And how's the piece sound when I...
Yeah, like, so it's interesting because, I mean, everybody knows what bagpipes sound like, but the way that, because a lot of the reasons why the bagpipes sound the way they do is just because of how it travels through the air, how it travels, sound traveling through gas, and it translates into our ears as sound. And so he has this interesting way of manipulating the air as it goes out through the instrument so that it doesn't sound as, like, what's the word? It sounds smoother, because you know how bagpipes has that, it's just a very natural, not like nails on a chalkboard kind of sound.
Very present.
It's like accented and...
Yeah, it's very
sudden.
accented, but because of the way that he is, using it and manipulating the air, he's manipulating the sound so it's a lot more smoother and it's gentler, and you've never heard a bagpipe sound like that. And all of the people who were practicing, they just stop and listen, and they're like, okay, I can kind of see how that could work. Like, I can buy into this. There's still a few people that are skeptical.
Yeah.
They're like, this is some kind of a trick.
Pipes.
Is this for real? Is this Forrest punking us right now? Or is he for real? But yeah. And then he stops, and like he looks really exhausted because it seems like playing in that way is tiring, because he does have to work a little bit harder to get the sound quality to be the way that it is, versus having it be what the instrument would naturally sound like if he didn't do all that.
Right. Do I notice any weird or differences from anything weird or different from a normal player, other than his ability to control air, or is he just really skilled and talented otherwise?
I think he's just a really talented kid who just wants to play. And you probably gather, like, given his passion for this instrument, he's not necessarily the most popular person in the world.
Certainly understandable.
If you're that kid who's like, I play the bagpipes, and he's very, like, I don't know, confident about it, or at least pretends to be confident about it, maybe he might have gotten picked on a little bit in school. Who knows?
Right. Well, Jacob, I got good news and bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
He sort of looks towards Abe's direction. What's the right answer? So he asks Abe, "What's the right answer? What should I say?"
Good news. Take the good news first.
Good news first.
I believe I might be able to fit you in, even though auditions are over. The bad news is I don't have any parts or renditions for you yet. It's going to take me a little while to get that arranged, maybe a week or two. So it'll be one or two sessions before we get anything done.
Can I then just listen to what you all are playing, and I can write down the chords you're playing, the chord progression?
Yeah.
I might be able to follow that from my notes, at least at first.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I can give you like a grand copy, but most people just get their section part. So brass instruments have their own brass copy, and woodwind, strings, they all have their own copy. But because you also are working with absolutely nothing, I think I can just give you a grand copy, which has all the parts.
I can figure it out. I might be able to transcribe it somehow.
And that's not going to be like something you're going to have to do on your own. Many of the people here are musically inclined themselves, and you can always ask me before or after, or if you have a question even during, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to play. I just want to be in a group.
And here I would love to give anybody who wants to play a chance.
He smiles and he says, "You're right, that was the right answer."
There was no right answer, but sure.
Well, what's the point in asking the question then?
Well, I didn't want to... I wanted you to have that choice. Some people, they don't like bad news, so they just go for good news. And some people, they like to hear the brunt of it and then, have the good news kind of sweeten the deal sort of thing. And I asked because I didn't know what you felt like.
Well, thank you, Mr. Forrest. And thank you.
You need to call me.
I'm sorry. What was your name? He says, turning towards you.
Eve. Eve's my name.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Ethan, what did you say last?
You don't need to call me Mister. Just Forrest.
He looks towards Ave and he says, "Ave, is that one word or two?"
One word. Just 3 letters.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit over there, Forrest, and just listen and take notes.
Yeah, I suggest working, or maybe not working with, but looking at some woodwinds. Their instruments are in the woodwind family, like yours. So, yeah, I'd suggest starting with there.
Okay. He'll take his instrument and go over to the woodwind section.
I'm just gonna stop him real quick. Also, during the breaks, just play a little bit, because that's what you're here for, right? Just to play. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Ave.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ave, or I don't know what you want me to call you.
Whatever you want.
It's just 3 letters, right? Not 4 letters.
3 letters.
Right? 3 letters.
Yeah.
Good. I can say it then. Okay. And he'll go over.
Oh, as he's out of earshot, it's just staring at him, and wow, reminds me of myself sometimes.
That happened. Kid's really talented too. Really, really talented.
No, I don't deny it. Sorry about all that. I know you came here for different reasons, but I do have to do stuff like this sometimes.
Yeah, no worries. It was really fun to experience, actually.
I just didn't want you to feel left out,
That's That's alright.
Hi,
Mhm.
Ave, not Ave. Sorry, Latin. Is it Latin?
I have no idea.
Well, I know I like Ave Maria. It's
Yeah, it's not.
whatever. Huh?
Maybe. Who knows? Not really care about that, but
Well, yeah. Hi. Did you need something or?
well, I think you invited me here, no?
Well, yeah, but
We're
that
gonna
was after
see
practice
Seymour?
ended, or was it before?
Oh, might be my mistake then.
You know what? We have
Yeah.
30 minutes. Probably about 24 at this point. But we have a little bit of time if you want to just try to meet him now. He's kind of an old grouch sometimes, but well,
It's fine by me if you wanna go right now. If you're busy with your band practice, I can definitely watch as well. It's no worries, really. Kind of enjoy it.
The thing about these guys is most of them have been through schooling or tutoring at some point, which is why I'll break them off in their groups. Normally, when I do this, I'll take one section myself that I've seen has a specific problem with a specific thing that really need to work on it, and then I'll try to fix it myself, so to say. But they can always do things on their own. And I've already given them 30 minutes, and it's at like 24 minutes now. So we got a little bit of time to kill, because it feel weird for them to like break off into their groups for like 6 minutes, and then I don't know. We can wait after. Do you want to wait after? We can wait after.
Whatever works best, really. Forrest.
Let's go now. And,
let's go now.
I assume he's on site today, yes?
Yes, he is.
And
you can he has an office of some sort, so you can go there if you'd like.
I would like to go there.
Sure.
Wherever that may be.
So you'll just go down the hall and make your way to this relatively the community center, it's roughly like run down. It probably needs some love. There's some spots that are in a bit of disrepair, and his office is kind of in that same shape as well, not necessarily by his choice. It's just
some of the ceiling tiles are like water stained from
exactly,
carpet's like all shaggy. And
yes, Ave, you do recognize Seymour the Sensational, but he doesn't look very sensational anymore. When you first met this gentleman, he sort of had this stage presence and this bravado and just seemed really oozing with confidence. And now, this many years later, he seems to be that spirit, that fire from within him seems to have gone away. And he's got this very sour looking expression on his face. He's just kind of going through some papers. He's got his hand on his chin, and he doesn't seem like he's living life to the fullest at the moment. And when Forrest walks in, he doesn't even look up, and he says, "Yes, Forrest, what is it?"
Oh, no, I didn't need to talk to you necessarily. I just
Oh, did one of the Jacobs play a joke on you again?
I don't know. It's a new Jacob, so maybe.
We have another Jacob? Ugh,
it's a pretty common name. There could be 4 of them now, basically. But I'm not here to really talk to you any more than I already have. In fact, I just wanted to make a connection with someone.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, Ave, Seymour.
Well, it's been a while. We met That was in a dream, Mr. the Magnificent.
Wait. Yes, I recognize you. Yes. Were you put up on stage when I was performing?
Mm-hmm.
I do remember you. One thing, my memory isn't the greatest lately, but I always remember all of the people that I bring up on stage. And you and that other boy,
Jack.
you said something to me and it meant a lot.
What
Well,
happened?
What do you think happened? I ended up become washed up. People stopped hiring me. I mean, that wasn't... I think after what happened, my self-confidence, my inner critic sort of took over, and I don't know. I didn't... Seymour the Sensational didn't necessarily become as sensational as he had hoped he would be. So I am now stuck here, trying to keep this sinking ship afloat, he says as he takes, a pencil and he just sort of like tapping it against the... tackling against the, to the desk, and he sort of like runs his fingers through his hair and he says, all I wanted was to provide some culture into the city. All I wanted was to just expand and open people's minds. But they're all too busy just getting drunk or playing in this virtual gaming world, and I don't understand it, to be perfectly honest, but to each their own, I suppose.
Well, yeah, it's that game is like a new magical world for everyone to play, and sometimes they just forget that there's a magical world here as well.
I'm not trying to say anything ill of anyone who chooses to experience those type of experiences. It's just, as a mentalist, I'm very protective of my mind, and so that's just the type of technology I don't really trust. It's just not for me.
But do you still practice your magic, your mentalism?
No, I haven't done a show in years, son. It's been many, many years. I would love to get back into it, but as I said, it's very hard for a man such as myself to be accepted in cultural society, he says.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, a lot of young people right now are really into watching streams and watching things online. I don't know how much you're into that yourself, but
Yes, and all that social media, I never really understood any of that. Like, who cares? It's... People just don't even take pictures of themselves. They just take photos of food. It's food.
Okay, we don't agree on a lot of things, but I agree with you there. Why?
it's a form of expressing yourself, I suppose.
Yes, that's true. I shouldn't knock it. It is a form of art, so that is true. Touche.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's also a very, very good way of, presenting yourself to the world and showing what you're capable of. And I might know someone who could give you a new chance. Would you agree to
I'm
that?
listening.
Well, I've met someone not that long ago. It wasn't this virtual game. He was a quite...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He was quite a popular streamer. And he was apparently really into magic. Well, the people that were watching his stream were really into magic. So maybe it's about time to show the world that It's not always in the games that there is true magic in the real world. So what if I can, contact this person and link him to you? He owes me a favor.
Do I need to actually partake or participate in this game?
I don't think so. Maybe he'll probably be able to do a real life stream if you will. I'll ask as soon as I find him. I'll have to do some digging first, but I'm pretty sure that will pop up.
At this point, I mean, every day is the same all day, so maybe at most it'll add a little bit of nuance to what is otherwise a very sad and mundane existence.
Every shot not fired is a missed shot, so you should take it, I think. There is one thing that I would like to ask.
Yes.
How did you do it when me and Jack were on the stage? We were inside each other's streams. It was very, very real. Can you explain how you did it?
As a mentalist, one of my... He hesitates a little bit. Roll a persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you got the card that represents Seymour, so you don't get a plus 2
I don't
bonus to
think
this.
so.
But so go ahead and roll your persuasion.
Let's see what it is. Ooh, 18.
22?
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, 22,
I mean-
yeah.
Wow. Okay. He says, one of my abilities is, as a mentalist, is to be able to cross people's thoughts with each other and sort of share and even unlock inner memories that they might not even realize that they had. It's, of course, can be very invasive, which is why I don't really like to use that ability unless I have the person's permission, or if it's just part of an act and I'm just asking them for anything that's not, I would hope, particularly private, like, say, a fond memory that they had. So...
That's a truly amazing gift,
Tell that to the grand public and the audience.
Yeah. Well, people don't always understand how beautiful art can be. But you just have to nudge them in the right way. They'll see what you can do soon enough.
Well, I appreciate that. And he's about to say something when you hear a ring, and it's probably going to be like some popular Taylor Swift style kind of song that's playing, which maybe you might not necessarily expect from a gentleman like him, but he sort of like blushes a little bit and he pulls out as the Taylor Swift like thing song is coming out. It's like trouble, 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 like kind of Yeah, anyway, he picks it up and he says, I need to take this. And he says, hello? Wait, yes, this is he.
You probably need to go. He gets really busy sometimes.
I'll just wave at him and walk out.
He'll wave and as you leave his room,
Mm-hmm.
a few moments later, you hear a shout. We are back on the map! At least I think we're on our way. And then the door swings open, and Seymour, who you've never seen him this excited before, Forrest, and he looks really excited.
Yeah.
Forrest, now is our chance for greatness.
Okay. Could you walk me through how that could be great, or what's going on?
So, you know how I myself didn't trust playing this game that you were speaking of? Vitamin.
Have I played? Is this
Vita.
before or after session 0?
After.
After session 0. I actually tried it out myself once. It is strange, but yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
So, that was Madame Magus on the phone. I was trying to send out feelers to see if anyone could use this facility for something big. And even though I myself am not interested in playing the game, I was able to convince Madame Magus to have the annual gaming convention for Vita to take place in our very own community center. Isn't that wonderful?
That's great. That'll get a lot of people into the.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing, really.
And I was thinking, Forrest, we need to come up with some sort of major event, some sort of. What if? Now here, look at the big picture here. What if you were to have your orchestra play a selection of pieces from the soundtrack of this game that people play? Something popular. You play the game, you said, Mr. Ave. Maybe you could tell him some of the more popular pieces or songs or something. And you can have a concert right here at the community center.
It would fit really great. It's a lot of our chest roll pieces, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of the publicity. Think of how much we can maybe get more funding for the community center. We can put this thing back on the map. Can you taste it? Can you taste it, Mr. Forrest? He says he's shaking you very excitedly.
Yeah, it just seems like the cake is really sweet. Is there something sour?
Sour? No, not sour unless you're into that kind of thing. Then sure, why not?
Right?
The point is, boy, this is our chance. This is our shot. And if it's as popular as you say it is, maybe we might be able to get the funding we need to fix this place up once and for all.
Do I believe him?
You think that this man just is in desperate need of something going right in his life, and so he definitely seems a little obsessed, but he certainly has never smiled like this in front of you before.
Finding out a lot of things about you today that I didn't know before. Yeah, no, I could get something thrown together. It just depends on how quickly it needs to be done. Honestly, I'd need them to send me copies of the music, especially.
The convention isn't for another few months,
Okay.
so you have time.
Yeah, it's gonna cut it close though.
But we need everybody to pitch in. We need the community to pitch in and clean this place up, because we need to make sure that when actual gamers come into this convention, that it is in presentable condition as possible.
Right, yeah.
Maybe get the Jacobs to fix the leak in the ceiling.
Speaking of
yeah.
Jacob's Forest, one of the recent patches was more mountainous dwarven related. You know, it would fit really well with that.
Yeah,
Backpipe music.
if you're still in contact with this Madam... Oh, I didn't catch the name. Madam
Magus.
Madam Magus.
Magus.
Okay. This Madam Magus. Maybe there's ask her if there's any bagpipe music.
Bagpipe music.
Yeah.
I've never experienced the game. I have no idea. Is there bagpipe music?
Definitely.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Oh.
Well, Forrest, if you excuse me, I have a lot I need to figure out. So you go over to your orchestra, work your magic, whatever you do, and you, he says, turning to Ave, help him out. He needs to know the source material. Help him out.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, and he's basically like pushing you out the door right now so he can work.
All right. Did they just get recruited? No.
As the door slams behind us.
Yeah, boom, slams, yeah.
No, to
He slams, and maybe some of the ceiling tiles fall to the floor. He slams the door.
today feels like such a day that almost everyone could say something to me and like influence me or something. It's really strange.
I've never seen him like that. I am worried. I'll be honest. I'm sorry. What you just said went way over my head. What?
Nothing, really. So apparently I'm helping you with our chest for pieces.
I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
Is this how like outsourcing works, or?
Apparently it does.
Okay. You're hired? I don't know.
I think I have to discuss that with my, with Mr. Stoll, but sure.
This is like a community center. We don't really. A lot of our stuff is just volunteer or elected positions.
I don't think the implication was Seymour was paying him or hiring him. He was just telling. I don't think that was the implication, but you can imply it. You can translate. You can interpret that however you want, I suppose.
Right. Well, I got a lot of work to do. And if this Madam Magus, the magic lady, if they come back and say, give me a lot of music, I'll probably have my hands full teaching we're probably gonna have to schedule a few more. Oh dear Lord.
If you want to cheat music, it'd probably be available at our company. You just have to, ask a few people around.
Well, yeah, but the royalties cost money, and then you have to think about the copies that you got to make for the royalties, and then you have to have a master copy for me because I need to write notes and direct and everything. And then each individual person, each part has like its own little mini master copy for the section, and then it's really complicated and rather expensive at the end of the day. Hopefully she'll just supply that to us, maybe.
I think we'll be able to figure that out. The most important is for Vita.
Huh?
Yeah, I work under Mr. Stoll, the lead developer from the game.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right.
You know what? I'll ask Mr. Stoll to see what he can do for us. All right.
All right. Cool. I have a band to. Yeah. Bye.
Good luck with.
Will.
Bagpipe kid. So yeah, just gonna knock on the office door.
And also, this is before the Cade incident, right?
Correct. This is before the Cade incident. Yes.
Okay.
So this is maybe like, yeah, I know we're jumping around time a lot. A couple of weeks after the bar, when you were at the bar.
All right.
Basically.
Come in.
All right. Greetings, Mr. Stoll.
Hey. Yeah, no problem. You want a soda? And he points to like a mini fridge he has.
Sure. I'm just gonna grab something.
Cool. And like he picks up something, I don't know, it's called Angel Dew or Angel Nectar.
Sure.
And some sort of like, and you open it up and you can smell it's really damn sweet. just from the smell alone. He's like, so what do you need?
So I just went to a community center. Should have asked for the name of it. It was from Seymour, something. It's where, Forrest works there, lives there, plays music there, something like that. So apparently we're gonna have a convention of sorts in that community center.
Ooh, community center. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well, so they have this little band is looking for opportunities to shine, and they were thinking about playing some of the music from the game. I think that's pretty cool. A live orchestra for all of the new updates, music stuff would be great. just to get people familiar with the sounds and just immerse everyone, really. What do you think?
I mean, I love the idea. And if it goes great, I think the PR people are gonna love it. Marketing is also gonna love that.
Yeah.
But I have to ask my bosses first for the go ahead.
Yeah.
But, and then that usually takes a little bit. But how about this? I'll give you guys a jump. I'm going to give you a list of some of the really popular songs that I know the fans love. They make covers of them all the time. And you can give that to this orchestra. And hopefully that'll give them time to practice. And most likely what would happen is one of our guys would go in to make sure that this is going to go well, that the orchestra is good. And if they play this music ahead of time, hopefully it'll give them the green light.
Yeah, true. We have some cheap music laying around that would, if it would, disappear somewhere between some dusty books, no one would notice.
How about this? I'll give you a couple of copies.
Yeah,
But
just
not,
give them
yeah.
something to start practicing.
Yeah,
They have
don't-
these kids that can, listen to music and starts writing down. Well, I figure you have more people that can do that. But they can probably make the sheet music themselves, but something royalties, money stuff. They need green light in that regard and have to, gather those rulings, make sure
Well-
that they don't do anything illegal, copyright infringement and that kind of stuff.
Well, before I give you anything document-wise, I'll just give you guys the songs. And then once my boss gives the go-ahead, you guys can have what you guys need.
Right. Oh, they're probably able to work with that.
Yeah, and like I said, he's gonna just probably write a couple of the songs. Most of them are really popular. One of them is just a very memed on song by the community that he knows about. So he's like, yes, this epic song, meme song the community loves for some reason. And epic song. He goes on, here you go.
All right, great. Thank you.
Bro, do you need anything else?
No, I'm fine, really. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Do Ave and Gabe know each other in game? think?
Probably not. Although, you're not probably like the game side, but he's very upfront. If you were to ask him what his gamer, like what he is in the game, and he has a lot of like I'll say North theme stuff in his office. If you ask him, like a lot of like file names are named after something North. So it's probably not known, but if someone were to point you in the direction, it would probably be like, oh, that makes sense.
There was this, what the hell? There was a saying like Odin's Raven Speed or something.
What do you say?
It was, there's this saying like Odin's Raven, Godspeed, that kind of stuff. There was I forgot what it was. Damn it! But he'll say the Nordic line specific to Odin's Ravens as he leaves.
The game just smiles and just waves goodbye.
All right.
To me, just in the interest of time, your boss will be fine. They think it's a good idea. It would be nice to know ahead of time what the pieces are, and I don't think it'll be a problem. So, yeah. Great. So, let's go over to Cade. So, Cade, this is your last day. This is your release day, actually. And because it's your last day, you are going to have one final session, at least here in the facility, with Dr. Judith Appledew. And you'll go into the room, and she's going to have I think she's gonna have both a nervous but forced smile look on her face. You can sort of see a nervousness in her eyes, but she's also like forcing a smile when you come in, and she'll say, "Cade, good to see you again.
See you too, Janice.
From what I heard, this is going to be our final session, at least in this room."
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, I want to see you more.
I actually was going to ask, do you find our talks helpful? Would you like us to continue our chats when you're out?
Yeah.
Excellent. Very well.
Are you okay? You seem upset.
Can I be honest with you, Cade?
Yeah.
I think this is a wonderful opportunity for you. I think that many people would feel like they won the lottery to be able to give in this second chance. I'm just very nervous for you, not because of you personally, but what other people would say. You are known to the public for the things that had happened in the past, Cade. They know your face, they know who you are. I'm just nervous for you because of that.
I never thought about that. I don't know. I guess I thought that they'd appreciate it, but maybe not. I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. Do you think I should be worried?
I think that you should be prepared if you find that people suddenly start treating you very differently than how they treated you before you ended up here.
Okay. I'm pretty good at avoiding attention. Or I was. I don't know. Hopefully I can keep that up.
These people that you're now working for, I think the gentleman's name is Mr. Stoll. How is your rapport with him?
He seemed okay. Yeah. I don't know much about him yet. Just as far as bosses go, he seems like a good boss.
Did he strike you as someone who you felt acted nervous around you, or did he treat you in a specific way?
I feel like he was a little nervous, yeah.
I see. I definitely think that if you're going to be having this close working relationship with him, that hopefully the two of you can come to some sort of level of trust as well. Hopefully. I don't know this man personally. I have no idea if this is mostly for his own personal benefit, but just so you know, his job is not necessarily to help you. That's my job. I'm just trying to look out for your best interests.
I know that. Do you know what they're gonna have me be doing?
Dr. Kemper didn't really tell me much. All he said that you were testing something within the Vita program. Didn't really get into much details.
I guess. Seems weird they want me to do that, but...
Why do you think that's weird?
Oh, I don't know. Wouldn't they just pick someone not in prison? It seems like they just pick someone from their company or something. I wonder why me specifically.
Those are some very good questions, Cade. Unfortunately, I can't answer those.
That's okay. Do you have any of that apple tea?
I do. Actually, in addition to that, I had a gift for you. And she basically will pull out from her pocket a piece of paper with something scrawled on it, and she said, "I'm a bit old-fashioned, but when it comes to these sort of things, I am very particular about this information. I would much prefer it was not in digital form, if you understand. but this is the recipe for my family's apple dumplings, or at least the version that I am aware of. I'm not sure if it's really that much different from my grandmother's, because it seems like every time I make my apple dumplings, they don't quite taste the same, so between you and I, she might have been holding out on some secret ingredients I wasn't aware of.
It's mean of her.
Well, I know that the cooks in our family, we tend to be very territorial about our recipes. But anyway, I thought I would share this with you in case you happen to find the ingredients out there and wanted to make some for yourself. I find that nothing comforts me more, especially after a stressful day, to indulge in some of these fine apple dumplings.
Kate will take it like sacredly, like both hands, and
Just, again, promise me that you never type it electronically.
Okay.
I just, again,
I won't.
a request of, yes.
Thank you, Janice.
You're welcome.
I'll miss you until I see you again.
I'll miss you too, Kate.
I like talking to you.
I like talking to you as well. Thank you for all of the conversations we've had these last few months, and I wish you the best of luck out there.
Thanks, Janice. Take care of yourself, okay?
She will nod. And we'll just say that she poured the tea in one of those, like, to-go cups, those Starbucks-like to-go cups. So you can take it out with you for the road.